Good morning. It's another beautiful day. I hope you're good. I'm great. Hope the family is good. I am pumped for the day. We're going to talk about goal setting. Today is all business. We're going to talk about goal setting, goals or targets or vision setting, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to look at the proper way that a goal is supposed to look like, so that you're beginning the year on a clear, concise note. Intentional living. We are becoming more by living intentionally. So we are going to look at goal setting. We are going to look at how to make sure that we keep it simple. We are going to make sure that we talk about keeping it realistic. We will build in lags. We'll detail all the kinks out. We'll make it fun. And at the end of the day, how to make it achievable. So let's work together. So let's start. First and foremost, you must have something to write it down on. Either type it out or get a notebook like I have. Write it down. Don't set the goals in your mind. Write it down. Take a pen and a paper, take a book, take something, but write it down. Don't assume that you would remember that that's what you want to do. Write it down. Make sure you have written. So one of the things I want to have this year, actually one of my fun goals. So in my goals, I have some that are fun and some that are serious goals. So one of my wish goals or my fun goals is to have another car. So so one of my fun goals is to have another car. Even that, I have written it down. Write it down. If it happens, because it's a wish, it's awesome. But because it's not like a serious goal, it's just a wish. If I were to ask maybe a rich friend of mine, if someone were to dare me, what would you like me to do for you? I'd say, I want a car. And then they'll say, what car? And I already know it's a Wrangler Jeep, the sports Wrangler Jeep, the latest one. And I want it in red. And I want the wheel, or what do they call it? The thing in the middle of the wheel. I want it also red. And I want the seats red and black. So I already know what I want. So just in case you're listening and you're one of those who would ask me what I want for a dare and you're rich, it's a Wrangler Jeep and it's red. So yes, write your goals down and keep it simple. Keep it simple. You see, this one I said, my wish list, I have 4 wish lists. One of them is the car, which is a Wrangler Jeep. So what is the wish? A car. What car? Wrangler Jeep. What color? This. Like, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's clear. If in my dreams you tap me and you'd ask me, I would be able to tell you what it is. So keep your goals simple. Simple is best. Simple, simple, simple. What do you want? A baby. What do you want? A husband. What do you want? A job. What do you want? Just keep it simple so that you can articulate it all the time. You can tell whoever, if the opportunity hits you and you are in that elevator with that one person for those few seconds or minutes, you take advantage and you can rattle it out like that, So keep it simple. So first, write it down. Second, keep it simple. Then third, make it realistic. Make realistic goals. So I don't know if I said it last time we spoke last week, but I was saying that this year I want to lose 10 kilos. Initially, I was thinking 5 would be more realistic, but 10 is more challenging. So although we are saying keep it simple, you must make it realistic, but don't make it too easy on yourself. When it seems easy, we don't put in the effort. But when it seems a little more challenging, then you notice that you push yourself further. And sometimes you go beyond what you have even anticipated that you would be able to do. So for my physical goal, for instance, in terms of my health, I intend to lose 10 kilos by the end of the year. And I'm tracking. I started off at 78 point something. As of Friday, I was 77 point, I can't recall, I think 0.4, 0.3, yes. And so hopefully by the end of next week, by the end of this weekend, I would have another kilo off. If not, a few of the dots, so I would work at it. But the thing is, keep it simple, keep it realistic, but make it tough enough to be challenging so that you feel motivated when you achieve it. If it's simple and you achieve it, it's not that motivating. But if it's a bit challenging, you get excited when you achieve it. You surprise yourself, oh my God, I was able to do that. That's awesome. And, it pushes you to do even further. Then detail out the kinks. Make sure that, so for instance, with my weight loss one, for instance, my goal is to lose 10 kilos. Now, to detail out the kinks, one of the items per week is to ensure that I do my morning jogs 3 times a week. And then I detail Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Saturdays are the wish ones. Saturdays, usually my partner goes on a hike. So if I'm able to and I have someone who will take care of the baby, then of course I will join the hike. So that would be like a wish one on the physical weight management one. But detail out the kinks. Break it down to the point where there's nothing that is ambiguous. You are aware and sure of what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it, and even who you're supposed to do it with. Then make it fun. If the goal is not exciting, you won't want to do it. For me, maybe people like my husband, it doesn't have to be fun. He will do it. I am a fun-loving person. Everything has to somehow have some element of joy or fun or something to do with it for me to want to do it. So make it fun. If you have my nature, then you want your goals to be in a way that even though it's work, it's fun. For instance, when it comes to my exercises, I like to listen to good music. So I would make sure that prior to going, I have good downloaded music. So if Wi-Fi isn't working, or if the internet is low, or if I do not have credits, I still will be able to listen to my music. And then I like to wear my colorful sports outfits. They excite me. So on Mondays, I would wear pink. On Wednesdays, I would wear purple. On Fridays, I would either wear greens or grays, And then on the surprise days, anything goes. But, so what I'm trying to say is make your goals fun in the detailing aspect of them. That way, if you're like me, you get excited when you're doing them. If something excites you, you would want to have that feeling more. So you would push yourself to get to do it. And in another way is adding other people to your goal. If someone has a similar goal, you can work together on it. We'll talk about it on the last item about accountability partnership. So yeah, so make it fun and enjoy so that you can enjoy the process of achieving that goal. The other bit, the 6th one is build in lags. You can't predict every aspect of your life. There are emergencies that we have absolutely no control over. And so as you're building and setting your goals and your targets for the year, remember that there will be things that you have no control over. So you have to build lags everywhere within your goal setting, especially the action points. You have to, give yourself time for the emergencies. You have to give yourself breaks to enjoy a moment of nothingness, You have to make sure you make time that just in case there was something that you had to be taken away, a month or two within the year is fine. And I don't mean a bulk month or two. I mean a day or two here off here and there, a week off here and there, so that you don't feel like you didn't push yourself. Because at the end of the day, really, you want to live a happy, complete, whole life. And so although you've detailed out things, you want to allow the surprise elements. And so, for instance, if someone came to surprise you with a vacation to Bali or what is my vacation destination that I would love in Mexico, one of those nice, fun places, or on a cruise, I won't turn it down because my goals next month means, no. You need to allow for the surprise elements, So build in lags within your goal. Make sure that there are times where when something comes up that you need to do, you get it done and you still are following through with your goals. Then one of the most important things that you need to do that we don't usually do is to get an accountability partner. An accountability partner, usually a coach is a brilliant accountability partner. Coaches would keep you on your toes and help you to track your goals and make sure that you're following through on all of your action points. But if you cannot afford a coach as an accountability partner, then you can, share your goals with a friend or your partner or whoever you think will do it with you. Sit with them, take them through the goals, explain, sometimes even work out the action plans with them. That way, when they are holding you accountable, it's specific. So for instance, assuming my accountability partner is, say, my spouse, my husband, And he was supposed to hold me accountable on my physical weight management journey this year. I would have to share with him that my jog days are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then once a while, I would like him to invite me on the hikes. So what will happen is that the accountability partner on a Sunday evening, for instance, he would remind me that you must make sure or make provision to get up and out of the house by 5 a.m. tomorrow. And sometimes if they are also on the same journey as you, if they are getting up around that time, then, they would alert you, or they would call you, or, they will send you a message that will wake you up. Or they would even inspect your timer to make sure that you've put an alert or an alarm on your phone or your watch or whatever it is to wake you up at the right time, or they would wake you up. So an accountability partner helps make the journey easier, and it helps it's enjoyable when somebody else is doing it with you or is tracking it with you. So get an accountability partner so they can help you on this journey to becoming more. And hopefully you are not hiding your goals. You should expose your goals to yourself as frequently as possible. What do I mean? Make sure that you paste your goal in a place that you can see, that you will see every single day. The best place, if you have an office, a private office, is stick it on a poster board or a notice board that is next to your table. So when you walk in, you see it. Whilst you're working, you are seeing it. As you're having conversations, you're seeing it. As you're meeting your network and having the opportunities to discuss certain things, somebody else might even see a goal and want to help you with them. So paste it, put it somewhere that you can see regularly, so that it keeps pushing you to get there. It keeps pushing you to not forget about it. And sometimes you might miss one action point in a day. The following day you would remember, so that you can trade off, things like that. Another thing about your goals and how to make sure that you achieve your goals this year is, please, if possible, have a to-do habit or a journal. What you do is, when you get up and you come to work, after you have done the routine, your other routine at home, and you have come to your office, write down what you have to do for the day. Write it or type it, whichever one you prefer. Detail what you need to do for the day, so that in the process of detailing, you are taking accountability for the past periods. It makes it easier. If you go through my notebook, you will see there are lots of my to-dos. Almost every day that I'm at work, I have to-dos. I know it looks crazy, but I have to-dos that break down every day, and I go back to analyze the previous day first before I even do the daily to-dos, so that I cross out the ones I have achieved. The ones that I didn't achieve, I move it forward. The ones that require follow-up, I move it forward as well and follow up. And then the following day, you indicate what was done regarding the follow-ups of the previous one. What it does is that it keeps you on your toes. Your journal or your diary or your notebook also acts like an accountability partner. So keep a journal or keep a notebook and track yourself. Do your to-dos every day, every morning. Have a to-do list of items. Don't make it too long. I try to stick between 5 and 7. Sometimes even on my own off days, like Fridays, I do half-day work. Those days I do 3 or 4. I don't want to overburden myself, because I want Friday. I don't want too much stress on a Friday, So have your to-do list, track it, and make sure that you follow through. That way, as you're looking at your vision board, or as you're looking at your 2020 goals on your wall, it's intentional. Your breakdowns every day is picked from what you're supposed to do to achieve the targets that you've set for yourself, both in your personal life and in your work life. And then don't forget, as you're building your goals, incorporate family, friends, and fun. Don't take it for granted that these things will be automatic. Incorporate specific goals. One of my specific goals for the year, it's a little naughty, but I want to have greater sex life this year. So that's a specific goal for me. I don't know what your goal is, but you have to make your goals as personalized as possible. Something that means a lot to you. So detail out what you need to detail out. Include the fun activities, the outings with your girlfriends, the outing with your partner, your spouse, your whoever it is that you're with. Have those detailed out so that it's not accidental. Yes, we want a surprise element, but also we want to plan out to make sure that the people who are important to us feel like they really are important to us. So we carve a piece of our time for them as well. And even for your own sanity, having time to have fun and to chill out and to relax and to have a glass of rosé or something, it just makes your spirit feel more complete and at home for me. But whatever makes you, if it's dance, if you are the salsa person, make time to go for that salsa class or just a salsa fun night out, or whatever time it is that if you want to have, if you're like me and I don't do all nights, if once a while, putting an all night once a while, it's just, your moments with communion with God and with God's people and things like that. So just build in whatever you need to build in that is fun, that will lift your spirits in one way or the other, and make it a little more regular. Don't do once a year for such an activity. Make it maybe once a month or once every quarter, but detail it out and track it. I hope that this process of goal setting has been helpful. I am also in the process of developing that, and we are working on something to, bring a few people together to run a workshop on how to get this done. I'll keep you posted. If you are interested, hit me on the side and let's talk about it. But we are going to have a session where it's a fun way of, putting our vision board for 2020 together. It's a decade and a year action plan that professionals will guide you through in a fun, enjoyable session. So hopefully you would be excited to get on board. But I hope this conversation this day was fun and exciting and educative for you as it was for me. So I wish you an amazing week and stay blessed. And let's continue on this journey. It's me, Nata Eko, Becoming More.